Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Accelerate Your Performance podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Jana Pilcher, founder and president of Studer Education. I hope you're off to a good start this week. Last August, I began deeply reflecting on my professional life, asking what I have contributed over the 4 decades of work in education. What more can I contribute as I'm now in a place in life where life is not about building legacies, it's about really looking at how you're forming what you're going to use as your reflection and solidifying the things that you have provided as contributions to make the most significant advancements to our most precious profession, education. And at this point in my career, one of my goals is to support a network of educational leaders who make collective impact, to be leaders that position our educational systems to be the most sought after profession in the country. It's so critical at this moment in time and in all times. There's nothing more important than what we do in educating young people or people who need an education to continue to advance their lives. That's what's most near and dear to my heart, is providing the support needed so that we can build the best leaders to lead this audacious effort to achieve this outcome. It's not enough to commit, just to say that we're going to do it. I'm feeling more pressed, probably like you, by time to act, the need to act, to do something, to be stronger at what we're doing. Beginning in September, I started deeply studying our Studer Education leadership coaching work over the years. I took the learnings to advance our work to what we are calling the 9 pillars of leadership excellence. I took the liberty of taking those learnings and reshaping the old into new, not to create something totally new, but to advance what has worked and is proven from years of data. Over 15 years, it just felt like the right time to do some deep reflection to advance the work. I felt like I'd owed that to myself and owed that to the people that we serve. Now, I've listened to the valuable input from education leaders like you, and I've taken that to heart. It's led to defining the Studer Education leadership operating system through the 9 pillars of leadership excellence. This 9 pillars of leadership excellence is our Studer Education operational leadership system. It's the operating system of how we design ways to hardwire consistent leadership behaviors, routines, and expectations across our educational institutions, and cascading those down from the highest levels of leadership throughout the organization that touch our most precious gift, students. The 9 pillars of leadership excellence toolkit provides practical artifacts, meeting structures, and routines leaders use daily to plan, lead, monitor, and improve. It's the work that became so important to me at the last 2 quarters of 2025, to put those pieces and parts in a place where we could build that operating system so that we could make sure that we collectively can build consistent leadership routines and practices and sustain improvement beyond what we have known to do. How do we build sustainable, excellent systems? How do we make those deep commitments as leaders? And what resources can we fall back on to ensure that not only we do it, but that everyone on our leadership team has the capability to build that organizational capacity? And when we bring new people on, that we have the tools and resources we need to develop them to do the same. We've also listened to your feedback, wanting more opportunities to engage with your teams and other leaders in your regions. This year, we're launching our regional workshops aligned to the 9 pillars of leadership excellence, calling them Take Your Leadership to the Next Level, an interactive 9 pillars workshop. I will kick off the day with an opening keynote and introducing the 9 pillars of leadership excellence. And our coaching team will then lead interactive mini masterclasses And in our first one in March, on March 5th, the following topics will be included in our mini master classes. Building alignment among our teams on best place to work standards of excellence. Second mini masterclass, communication, words matter, and how people feel and act. Our third one, recognition and gratitude. Make it a habit of practice. Our fourth one, rounding, leaders building trusting relationships with those they lead. The next one, doing something with survey data to create a positive workplace. We have survey data, and that survey data helps us engage in good, meaningful conversations to engage our teams in building solid improvements. The next mini masterclass is achieving 10 out of 10 customer service. The last mini masterclass of the day will be saving money to reinvest in student learning, improving processes. Our closing session will focus on an example of an educational organization who has breakthrough results, who can show how the operating system and the tactics and strategies align, achieve those breakthrough results. And we'll end the day with a closing day reflection for all of our leaders in the room to think about what we can start doing when we leave this session to build leadership excellence. So the next set of episodes leading up to the workshop on March 5th will highlight the mini masterclasses content and learning outcomes. So you'll get a bit of sharing from our leadership coaches on what those mini masterclasses will entail. I hope you join us. Come join us on March 5th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. We'll hold the event on the campus of our higher education friends' home at Waukesha Community and Technical College. Come join us for the day. So if you want more information, please connect to studereducation.com/events. You'll see a way to register and you'll see the agenda. I close today by summarizing the 9 pillars of leadership excellence. As I do, think about where you are, what you do well, where you need to improve, and where you can start doing one thing to become the best leader leading your organization to greatness. Be reflective on your leadership. The first pillar is aim high to achieve excellence. That's front and center in our minds. We're setting high expectations to achieve results while we're living out our mission and values. We're cultivating that strategic vision to frame our future path. And we're designing a strategic plan to outline the aligned goals and priorities that will take us into the future. And very important as well, we'll operationalize our values so that we're defining those workplace expectations that are not just hanging on the walls, but they're walking the halls. That's pillar 1, aim high to achieve excellence. Pillar 2 is measure what's important. We measure what needs to be improved, not what we're already doing well, but what needs to be improved. We're not just measuring for the sake of measuring, and we're not measuring all things, but we're measuring what needs to be improved. We're driving key strategic actions and progress measures to achieve the important outcomes that we've defined. And we're setting the stage for engaging in improvement conversations with our teams that focus on what's working and what's not. That's what builds engagement. That's the key to what we do, is using that data to have those improvement conversations with our teams. And we're spending time on what truly matters. We stop doing things that don't matter. People know what's important and they want to do the right things in order to help themselves achieve the goals, as well as achieve the organizational goals, the goals for themselves that help us achieve those organizational goals. That's pillar 2, measure what's important. And pillar 3 is communicate for alignment. When we're communicating for alignment, we show how individual roles align to a shared vision and clear goals. We facilitate engaged, data-focused conversations that I just referenced while actively listening to the input, and we're carefully considering how to align keywords to our communication. We help audience gain insight and understanding about what we're doing and why, and how that relates to them. And we're really watching our language, the words we choose. We want them to be meaningful to people. That's communicate for alignment, pillar 3. Pillar 4 is recognize the bright spots because there's so many of those that are going on every day in education. We recognize and celebrate what's working. We dig into the details to determine the behaviors and actions that lead to success. And we engage in conversations about the lessons learned from the bright spots so that we can encourage more people to adopt the good, to adopt those bright spots, to adopt what's working. It's not always about what's wrong. It's just as important to look at what's right. That's pillar 4. Recognize the bright spots. Pillar 5, really the heartbeat of what we do, is we value employees to show they matter. We cultivate a positive, supportive, and trusting work environment where employee contributions are valued, recognized, and celebrated. Our people are the most important thing who help us achieve our organizational goals. We say it many times, people first. We focus on our people first. We develop the strategies for gathering input on areas working well and those that need improvements. And we develop employees to continuously help them get better at their craft. As leaders, we're highly focused on helping them be the best that they can be. That's so core to our jobs as leaders. That's valuing employees to show they matter, pillar 5. Pillar 6 is exceed customer expectations. And yes, I'm using the term customer intentionally because customer represents anyone that we connect with, anyone that we touch. It's just a broad term that helps us know that whether it's internal to the people that we serve each day or external constituents, it's important for us to connect with them with exceptional service. We're serving others with that great care and concern, creating those positive, memorable experiences that lead to people being loyal to us, being satisfied. We're proactively anticipating their needs and gathering feedback to provide value beyond what is promised, really going for that 10 out of 10 service. People can't imagine living without us because of the way that we provide service to them. That's pillar 6, exceed customer expectations. Pillar 5 and 6, focusing on people and service, both are the heartbeat of the work that we do each and every day. Pillar 7, now we're beginning to pull the pieces and parts together by aligning goals, behaviors, and processes. We have an execution framework that we follow by implementing a system for continuous feedback to help teams stay on track and adapt as needed. We look at that data constantly through progress reviews, aligning our actions to determine where we adopt things, where we adapt or modify, and sometimes where we abandon. And where needed, we solve for complex problems that impede our progress. And we can align the resources to those priorities so we're spending the money in the most thoughtful ways. That's pillar 7, aligning goals, behaviors, and values, and the processes connected to what we do. And pillar 8 is developing people to improve and perform. We've got those foundational components in place, and we've provided a trusting environment in developing and supporting our people. Now it really is building that structure and the components around the 9 pillars to help our people be the best that they can be. It's important for us to make sure that we develop people to achieve the positive results and that they are performing at their highest levels. We're giving regular, specific, actionable feedback on their performance. We're holding them accountable. We're coaching them to get better and better and better. And they know how what they do is aligning to where we're trying to go as an organization. That's, as leaders, what we can do and are responsible for doing. That's pillar 8, developing people to improve and perform. Pillar 9 pulls all the other pillars together. We continuously improve to achieve success. We lead with an improvement mindset. We're scaling accomplishments. We're facing challenges as learning opportunities. We're building a sustainable system. We do that by applying feedback loops as it's a habit of practice. We're constantly looking at feedback all the time and determining what we're doing well, where we need to improve, and how we move into those short cycles of improvement as a habit of practice. We see feedback as a gift because we're constantly looking at that feedback. and engaging people in meaningful discussions so that we're improving and scaling what's working. And we view setbacks as growth opportunities because we're always there as leaders, helping ourselves and each other persevere to achieve those better outcomes. It's about perseverance and continuing to move forward and not accepting that good is good enough or even great is good enough. We can always get better. These 9 pillars of leadership excellence take us and those we partner with to that next level. It is our leadership operating system that positions organizations to achieve excellence and to be the best that they can be. And for us as leaders to be the best that we can be, to be at our best and to be excellent. I'm more eager and excited than ever about where we're going and our continued work with many of you. I'm looking forward to meeting new people, new leaders, as we travel this path together. And I'm looking forward to continuing traveling the path of those we partner with every day that we have the opportunity and the pleasure of working with to serve you. There's nothing more important than leadership to take our organizations to that next level. Our employees, students, families, and communities deserve for us as leaders to truly be at our best every day. And it doesn't just come naturally, it becomes a habit of practice by the way we apply these 9 pillars of leadership excellence so that we can achieve in a way that makes us the most sought after profession that people value and that we see how we provide value to those we serve. We deserve that. We deserve to feel that. Have a great day, everyone, and a great week.